Hi everyone, welcome to DURGASOFT. This is Kumar. I'm here by today to explain about the automation framework Selenium automation framework. Okay, so coming to my experience, so I do have a 6 years experience in industry team. Okay, I work for a manual testing, automation testing, and API testing. Okay, so today I am just hereby to share about my thoughts on the Selenium side. Okay, this is something gonna be helpful for you team. So let me give you the basic introduction about the Selenium. Okay, so before discussing the Selenium team, so they might be have two types of boats here. The boat one is the guys already have an experience in testing world, they already have an experience in Selenium, they want to just know how to design a powerful framework in Selenium. That is something known as a boat one today we have. And boat two is team, so some people doesn't have an experience in Selenium, they doesn't know about anything in testing world, so they want to learn Selenium, need to get a job. So today class is team completely for boat two who does not have any experience in testing world. Okay, so it's good, it will be good team, before starting a Selenium, let me give you a small introduction about the manual testing. Okay, so let me start with first why we do testing team. Okay, so why we do testing. The purpose of testing team, why we do is we need to identify bugs or defects or issues on an application. Okay, so identify the bugs or defects or issues on the application. Why we need to identify the bugs or defects or issues on an application? All these are stands for same thing team. Bug or defect or issue, all these are standard for the same thing. That is something known as deviating from an application. The requirement is expected behavior is deviating from an application, that is typically known as bug or defect or issue. Okay, now you might be have a question, why we need to identify the bugs? The testing objective is team, we need to improve the quality of an application. How can we improve the quality of an application team? Okay, so as a tester, if you identify the bugs as much as you can, so whenever you identify the bugs team, we need to report into the bugs to developer will come up with the fixing the bugs. During this process team, application become a stable. Once the application is stable team, we obviously improved the quality of an application. The objective is team here, if you want to improve the quality of an application, you need to identify as much as bugs you can. Okay, so the testing objective is to improve quality of an application. For improving the quality of an application team, you have to identify the bugs. Okay, so to do this testing team, we have two types of testing is available in the market as per the market standards team. One is the manual testing, other one is automation testing. Okay, that means the team here I'm going to explain about the testing is categorized into two ways. One is a manual testing, other one is automation testing. So let me explain first what is a manual testing and what is an automation testing. So team, today I am not at all giving you any kind of a theoretical definitions here. Okay, I am going with the short answer, what is a manual testing, what is an automation testing. Okay, there are plenty of definitions team, no need to concentrate about all those definitions here. If some might be asked about what is a manual testing, manual testing is nothing but team, you can give a direct answer here, execute the test cases manually, that is something known as a manual testing. Executing the test cases by manually is known as a manual testing. Now you might be have a question again, what is a test case? So I'm going to be explain the test case concept in a short while team, be with me. So before that, let me explain about automation testing. So what is an automation testing? Definition is team, execute the test cases by using automation tool or execute the test case by using automation tool or some third party tool is known as automation testing. Okay, executing the test cases by using automation tool or some third party tool is known as automation testing. As I mentioned you a minute ago, what is a test case? Let me talk about the now test case team. Test cases are very important. It is a kind of a bread and butter for us team. Okay, so completely the test engineer survived by by documenting the effective way of test cases. It tells you that how much is strong in testing. So test cases writing are very important team. You have to know about how to write the test cases. So before I talk about the Selenium automation framework team, let me share my thoughts on this test cases designing. Okay, ultimately we are going to be automate the test cases. So how are you going to be automate the test cases without having it? So that is the reason team. First let me start with test case design. Okay, so what is a test case? So for the test case also team, there are plenty of definitions, but I'm not at all giving you any definitions here. I'll be come up with the short answer. This is kind of impressed by the interviewer. So you have to give you directly what is a test case. Test case is nothing but team, it is contains collection of test steps and it tells the expected result of the requirement. Test case is nothing but team, it is collection of test steps and it tells the expected result of the requirement. Okay, expected result of the requirement. Okay, so now you might be have a question, so how to design these test cases? Okay, for designing the test cases team, let me prepare sample data setup here. Okay, already I have on a sheet. Let me change this as a test case sheet. Okay, so let me open. So this is something you might observe here. I have a test case ID, precondition, test case description, test steps, test data, expected result, actual result, status, bug ID, executed by executed date. This is a kind of a body of test case template team. This is a header. You have to know all these things. Okay, as a fresher level team, they might be asked about these type of questions as well. So what is the body of the test cases? Okay, that means that you need to explain the test case template team. So what are the fields we have in the test case sheet? I repeat, test case ID, precondition, test case description, test steps, test data, expected result, actual result, status, bug ID, executed by executed date. Okay, now we have an application team. I'm going to be start testing on the Gmail application team because everybody know about this Gmail application. I'll be start talk about the first Gmail application. Okay, so let me launch now the browser and Gmail application team, and I'm going to be tell you about this complete test cases. What I'm going to be testing on this application. Okay, so first let me go with this, the Gmail application functionality team. I'm going to be covered today here by first how to write a test case for Gmail login functionality. Okay, as I mentioned you a minute ago, test case is nothing but it is a collection of test steps and it tells the expected result of the requirement. Okay, expected result of the requirement. So I'm going to be explaining team now how to design a test case. Okay, for designing a test case team here, the first we have a test case ID. We need to produce one unique ID team for the test case. That's something known as tc underscore gmail underscore 001. Okay, so this is what something my test case ID, and my precondition is team. Precondition is nothing but if you want to test the Gmail application, what are the things need to be placed before? That is something known as a precondition. Okay, so to test my Gmail application, the precondition is team here, application should be up and running. If application is running team, then only I can test it, right? So this is a kind of a prerequisite. Okay, precondition, application should be up and running. So let me change the font size team here. Okay, so let me change this font size here. I'm going to be designing few test cases here. Okay, hope it's visible. So application should be up and running. This is what something my test case before test case I have a precondition. Let me change this alignment. So alignment, I'm going to be talking about the left, and this is something I'm going to be talking on this right side on the top level. Okay, so test case description. My first use case team, I got a wireframes from my clients. So wireframe is nothing but a kind of a requirement document team. Okay, they provide me that write a test case for the Gmail login functionality, and the requirements are saying that team, if user enter valid username, valid password, get him into inbox page. If user enter invalid username or invalid password, show a warning message. This is what a requirement team. Okay, for this requirements, how I'm going to design in the test cases, that's something I'm going to be explain now. So as I tell you team, every application, the most of the test cases have the same body team: test case ID, precondition, description, test steps, test data, expected result, actual result, bug ID, status. All these are common. Okay, the company to company template might be vary, but the context is same team. Okay, so now let me document what is the test case description. So my first test case description here is team, I need to verify whether I have a email field is available or not, because my requirement here is team, I need to enter the valid username, valid password. Before that, if I want to enter valid username and valid password, the prerequisite is, for the test case first, I'm going to be verify here whether I have a username field is available or not. If I have a username field, then only I can do, I can enter that username, right? So something first we need to come up with, first we have a username is available or not. Okay, for this, the test case description I'm going to be writing team here, try to follow this. So verify for display of username field in Gmail landing page. Okay, so landing page is team where actually you are getting to this after entering the URL. That's something known as a landing page. Okay, so my requirement here is team, so verify for display of username field in Gmail landing page. To test this feature, what are the steps I need to be follow? Step 1 is team here, first I need to launch the browser. Okay, step 2 is team here, step 2, enter valid URL. Step 3, check for display of username field. This is what my test step stream. As I discuss you, test case is nothing but it is a contains collection of test steps, and it tells the expected result of the requirement. So to test this test case, to test these requirements, what are the steps you need to be follow, that's something you have to document on the test steps column team. Hope you clear. Now let me get into this test data and expected result team. Test data is nothing but, so to test an application, what are the input you are providing, that is something known as a test data. To test this feature, like verify for username field, to test this feature, what are the data we need to be passed in? The prerequisite for this application, to test this scenario is we need to enter the valid URL. That is what something we are giving as an input, right? That URL is typically known as test data here. Okay, so I'm going to be entering team here this Gmail URL, you can directly document here. Okay, so http something www.gmail.com, that is typically known as test data. Okay, expected result. What is the expected result? Expected result is nothing but team, you are expecting application should display username field on the landing page, right? That is something you need to document here. So our use case here is verify for display of username field in the Gmail landing page. So expected result team, application should display username field in the, let me change it, username field in the Gmail landing page, something like this, Gmail landing page. Okay, so this is what my expected result team. Okay, so I'm going to be documenting a test cases here for the Gmail login functionality. Why we need to document a test cases team? Because this is something very, very important. I would have started with this concept here first of all, why we are documenting the test cases. The reason behind why we are documenting a test cases team, we are getting requirement from the clients. The step 1, whenever we get a requirement from the client's team, so we said that, boss, my testing is completed. If you say like this, my testing is completed, your clients will not be satisfied. They need some proofs. You are blindly saying the testing is completed. Do you have any proofs? Do you have any document for this? How many use cases you tested? For that purpose, team, here we are designing a test cases. In the end of the testing, we are show them to our clients, boss, you given me these are the requirements. In these requirements, I have designed completely 200 test cases. Out of this 200, my 20 test cases got failure. This is what about my testing report. So to show your the work team, the first thing you need to do about designing a test cases. For designing a test cases, you have to document up to like this: test case ID, precondition, test case description, test steps, test data, expected result. Okay, this is something we are documenting while designing a test case, only up to the expected result. Okay, if you are looking for some sign in button, let me document that test case also, team. Here let me take all these borders. Okay, now let me design the test case now. Second test case. So test case 2 here, Gmail underscore 002. Now again the same thing, team, here. Application should be running. Something is not copying. Let me select it. Sorry, team, it was completely my keyboard fault here. Let me copy and paste it on this. Perfect. Now the second test case is, team, here. Just want to verify whether I have a next button is available or not on the screen. Okay, so you can write again here, verify for display of next button on the Gmail landing screen or landing page. Okay, verify for next button on the Gmail landing page. This is what my second test case. Okay, again same steps, team, here. What we need to say again: launch the browser. Okay, step 2, enter valid URL. You might be have, Kumar, already we documented the previous related test steps and again we are documenting it. Is that necessary? Yes, exactly. This is something is very, very important, team. For every test case execution, you need to document each and every test steps. If already document, you have to take again. This is something to this test case and these steps are belonging to the second test case. You have to follow the each and every step here. So step 3 is check for the display of next button. Check for display of next button. So again the test data is, team, here we need to enter the Gmail URL. So expected result, team, application should display the next button in Gmail landing page. Hope you clear. This is what something we are designing a test cases, team. As whenever you got a requirements, so you might be have a question again, what is the requirements, why we based on the requirements, how we are designing the test cases. Okay, so let me explain, team, first of all. Okay, the things, how the things are going in the industries here. Okay, as I discussed you in this, the first step here is a manual testing is nothing but executing the test cases by manually is known as manual testing. Executing the test cases by using automation tool is known as automation testing. And we also discussed about here what is a test case, how to design the test case. So before that, let me explain the roles and responsibilities of test engineer team so that you'll get a clear picture here what are the things we're gonna do. Okay, this roles and responsibilities concept is very, very important in terms of interview, team. Your interview might be start with this question. The most of the people are very, very interested about to know about the roles and responsibilities. To start with the interview, they might be first talk about the roles and responsibilities of test engineer, or go through your professional experience, or they might be asked about tell me about your professional experience. In a few words, they might be asked about these things. So you have to know, team, as I discuss you, this class is for the both to the guys who does not have any experience in testing world. Okay, the guys who already have an experience, team, this is a kind of a boring, but be with me, team. Going forward, I'll explain you the many things which you don't know about it. Okay, so let me explain, team, first of all the roles and responsibilities of test engineer. Okay, kind of I'm a very poor in spellings, team, no need to worry about it. Okay, So I'm just documenting here roles and responsibilities.